What's going on, boys and girls? What's up, world? Austin John Plays here, and today we're going to be talking about some of the rumors and some of the new information coming out regarding Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch. So, we were teased about Pokemon on the Switch.
Game Freak has begun developing a core RPG Pokemon title on Nintendo Switch.
We were told that a game is in development. We didn't get a splash screen, unlike we did for Metroid. We didn't get gameplay like we did for Yoshi. All we got was a main series core RPG game for the Nintendo Switch. Remember all the rumors about Pokemon Stars? Stars was supposed to be a third game of Sun and Moon, supposedly. When the Switch started doing amazing in sales, that's not the route that it started going. Instead, they decided to take Awesome, as I like to call Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and make that direct sequel games like they did for Black 2 and White 2 while they were working on the engine for X and Y, because they went from sprites to polygons. And doing all that character development, that takes a lot of time, especially when making your own engine to run it on. Kind of bringing the whole picture together here, we have Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, and that Stars project, which probably isn't Stars anymore because, you know, Sun and Moon 2. This is now the project for the Nintendo Switch. First, it was going to be non-disruptive. Pretty much follow the exact same course and style as a Pokemon game, except now it would be dockable at home. And that's what the developers said, that's what everybody said, what the news they reported. However, what we started seeing was that the Switch was doing well. 2 of the 5 games nominated for Game of the Year came as Nintendo exclusives. One of which only available on the Switch, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, or the other 2 games, and Persona 5. Then let's fast forward a little. The Switch is doing well, to the point that Nintendo can't keep up with stock for it. So because of that, what they start doing is take some new younger developers, take Sun and Moon, do some stuff to it, make Ultra Sun and Moon. In this game, we're gonna take this, and this is going to be a new project. And as we heard in interviews, it's going to be disruptive to the Pokemon franchise. Wow, that's a lot of lead-in. That's a lot of lead-in for this picture right here. This picture was posted by Creatures Incorporated. Creatures Incorporated is one of the co-owners of the Pokemon franchise. They posted a job listing looking for someone with Unity and Unreal Engine experience. And then on the left screen, on the left monitor, those are some old looking monitors for the record. On the left monitor, we see a high poly version of Pikachu. This doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to have our core Pokemon game for the Nintendo Switch using the Unreal Engine. It could mean that they're gonna do an off game. Like, oh, well, I guess Pokken Tournament just came out, didn't it? And I guess they're not gonna do Pokemon Stadium because that feature is already built into Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. It's very likely that it's going to be for unnamed Pokemon project, which also we don't have a date for. I love how everyone was like, oh my god, Sun and Moon was great. Ultra Sun and Moon. This was fun. I beat the game. Now there's a bunch of stuff to do. What about the Switch game? The Unreal Engine for Pokemon. What does that actually mean for the Nintendo Switch? Well, if you don't know, the Unreal Engine has been used in a whole bunch of games like Gears of War, PlayerUnknown's Battleground, Street Fighter 5. All of those were used with the Unreal Engine. In addition, the new Yoshi game that's coming out is also using the Unreal Engine. So it's a very versatile engine, could do a bunch of stuff. What am I talking about with a bunch of stuff? I mean, like, it could do some crazy things. Remember that video that was going around about Incineroar and Salazzle, and they were fighting using the Unreal Engine? This video. This one right here, with 580,000 views. There's some mock-up footage of what it could possibly look like. Now, does that mean that this is what Pokemon is gonna end up looking like? Not exactly. Just because they're using the Unreal Engine, they could go lots of different ways, lots of different styles with everything. At the same time, we could see more of the same traditional layout of see behind one, see in front of one, except now they're extremely high resolution. Granted, the models that are in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon can be upscaled for 1080. We've already seen a whole bunch of people who do 1080p Wi-Fi battles. Those look beautiful. Why do they look beautiful? Because those sprites are already ready for the next game, the next step. It was supposed to be the Switch. In case the Switch needed some bailing out, Nintendo, they put all their eggs in this basket and they were ready to go. Just in case it had any problems, it's like, you know what? Let's have this ready to go for next year, just in case something happens. But they didn't need that. Because of that, we're getting a fantastic game. We're not just getting Ultra Sun and Moon on the Switch. We are getting Pokemon Stars, or whatever it's gonna be, the renaming of Stars on the Unreal Engine, supposedly, for the Nintendo Switch. All this is great. When is this game coming out?
It may not release for more than a year.
Let's just look at this from a marketing perspective here first. a second. Breath of the Wild just won Game of the Year. Some people own that on the Wii U. Some people didn't even own a Wii U, like, I don't know, everyone. They also released Mario Odyssey on the Nintendo Switch. Fantastic game, family-friendly game. Everyone's gonna want this for Christmas. The Nintendo Switch was the #1 selling electronic this Black Friday, beating out the Google Home. What was that, 30 bucks? And the new Amazon Echo Dot. What was that, also 30 bucks? The $300 Nintendo Switch with no discount whatsoever blew those tiny little electronics out of water. Now, I'm not talking money, I'm talking quantity, I'm talking amount of units sold. Nintendo was doing work, they ramped up production, they learned from the Wii U. Someone wants this system, they went out and they bought it. Limited edition Mario Switch was just sitting on Target shelf. No, actually, a regular Switch was at Target. This one I got from Vintage Video Game Store here in North Jersey. Digital Press, great shop, great shop. Shout out to those guys. So with this great lineup, we're expecting a Nintendo Direct end of January. That'll give us an idea going forward what we're gonna be expecting for the entire year for the Nintendo Switch and the 3DS. RIP. Actually, no, not RIP, because the Nintendo 3DS is doing record sales. The 3DS actually moved more units this holiday season than it did last year. Why? I don't know. Probably because there's so many limited editions. There's a Pokeball one, there's a Pikachu one, there's the new 2DS XL, there's a 3DS XL, there's the 2DS Link one. There's so many of them. Didn't they remake Ocarina of Time specifically in 3D and then just release it on the 2DS? I'm confused. All in all, this is coming out. It's coming out. It's gonna look beautiful. It might not exactly be this. It might not exactly be Unreal Engine 4.1, 4.1, but it's gonna be amazing. It's not just gonna be 1080p Wi-Fi battles that we see. I see you, Shofu. You're doing your thing. So guys, I want to know what you think about the new Pokemon game that we're teasing about, that we're learning about, that we're seeing these job postings, about these interviews and everything else. I'm super excited for it because that means we're gonna get a real experience. We're gonna get a beautiful game. Something that looks better than Pokken Tournament, except you're gonna have all 802, maybe, I don't know. And most likely, Pokemon Bank is going to be required to transfer between the 2DS and the Switch. And then, I don't know, they might do something that once it transfers to the Switch, it can't transfer back like they did between Gen 7 and Gen 6. That makes a lot of sense, right? We are at the beginning of something big. We're at the beginning of something real big for Pokemans. Leave a comment down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.